The bombardments of Gaza continue. Close, I think, now to 6,000 people have been killed inside Gaza. And among them, sadly, the family of an American family from Minneapolis. And joining us now is Jihad Adwan, who's an associate professor at Minnesota State University. 5 relatives from his wife's Palestinian family were killed in an Israeli airstrike on Gaza. Jihad, thank you for being with us. I think the most important thing to ask at the moment is, how are you? How is your wife? How's the family?
Thank you for having me on. My wife is still in disbelief about the loss of her nephews and nieces and her sister-in-law, a total number of 5 people, and another 5 who were badly injured, some still in the ICU. So she's still trying to process what happened, and being away from home, she's glued to her phone, trying to scrap some information here and there on social media, on news outlets where you can find some news about your relatives, because electricity has been shut off and internet is very spotty. Add to that all the fear about the constant bombardment. So it's not a perfect situation for her or for me right now.
Do you know what the circumstances were? Who exactly was caught up in this? What happened?
Well, it was Sunday morning in here, U.S. time, but in Gaza it was about noon, and she learned, my wife was looking at the news, and she heard or she read somewhere that her hometown, which is in the southern Gaza Strip, which is supposed to be a safe place where people from the northern part were supposed to have sought refuge and safety, but she heard that her hometown was bombed. Then the news started trickling down. Then it was her neighborhood, and then she heard that she read it was her family's house that was bombed. And then later on, we learned more details that 2 airstrikes hit the house, the top floors. And of course, it was devastating that she learned her sister-in-law, along with her 2 sons, a teenager and 8-year-old, as well as her other nephew, who was 7, in addition to a cousin of hers, were killed instantly. And then a big number were injured, including 5 or 6 of her family members. So it was the news coming in, it was more painful every time you read the news, and it wasn't something that we were prepared for. It was very surreal and just scary, knowing that this could happen again. You know, that she still has surviving members of her family, and yet the bombardment continues. In the Gaza Strip alone, about 700 people were killed in the last 24 hours. So all the people who are beating the drums of war, I think they should think twice before they escalate this by sending more weapons. And in the same time, they're not talking about stopping the bombardment. It's a one-sided war, as everyone can see. And the only casualties right now is mostly children and women. Out of the 600 people you mentioned, more than 2,000 are children, and another maybe 1,500 or 2,000 were women who have nothing to do, just like the case of my sister-in-law and her kids. They had nothing to do with the conflict.
Jihad.
They had nothing to do with how. So it was just a big blow for our family.
Jihad Adwan, thank you so much for speaking to us. We're so sorry for your loss. So much loss in this story. It's almost unbearable, the stories that we're hearing every day now.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.